Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you join us today in today's live lecture coming to you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Today's date is Oye, Market Day in the Igbo Lunar Calendar. In the month of Onwa Uzo Alose. Today's date is Oye Market Day in the month of Onwa Uzo Alose. And today's date in the Roman Catholic calendar is January 1, 2026. Remember that at Nkolo Mahadum, we always advise you to use your naturally given common sense, which we call Akonuche in Igbo language. And Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University is an university. We are not content creators. We try to package and deliver our lectures to you that we know will make the African man better, the Igbo man better, and the Biafran better. That is why Nkolo Mahadum was set up, so that we can provide you with the correct education, with the correct direction for you to see things the way you should see it. And therefore, we are asking you to please join us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Now we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, we are live on TikTok. Please join us in this important lecture. Also, like, comment, and share. Share it so that many people will get this lecture today. The title of today's lecture is Every January 1st. You see, every 1st January of every year, why Africans should say Happy Day, not Happy New Year. Every January 1st, every African man who understands history, who understands colonialism, who understands imposition of culture on our people, should say Happy Day to their people, not Happy New Year, because we are being forced to follow this foreign Roman Catholic calendar, not our own lunar calendar. And why you should say Happy Day, I want to emphasize on that, is that every day is the same. Every day comes with daytime and nighttime. Have the same 24 hours wherever you stay, with little differences. So any day you wake up, you must appreciate that day, because humans don't live forever. So any day that you wake up healthy, whether healthy or not, as long as you are still on this earth, you should be happy. You should say Happy Day to anybody around you, your family members and your friends, because you are still alive on this day. And we want to let you know that there are so many different calendars. What we are following, what we are being forced to follow, is the calendar of the Roman Catholic Church. There are so many other calendars according to Wikipedia. You have the Jewish calendar, you have the Hijri calendar, you have the Sikh, that is the one from the Indian calendar, you have Mayan, you have Aztecan, you have Egyptian, you have Mesopotamian, you have Iranian, you have Hindu calendar, you have Buddhist, the one from the Chinese. You also have pre-Columbia, Mesoamerican. You have the pre-Columbia and the Mesoamerican calendar, as well as the Hellenic, all of them following the Julian or Gregorian calendar. You know that The Roman Catholic calendar is the Gregorian calendar, also Julian calendar. That's what they're following. And also remember the Ethiopian calendar. So you have different calendars. The Chinese have their own, the Indians have their own, most of the Arab countries have their own, which is lunar calendar. Muslims all following lunar calendar. You have the one by North Korea. You have the one by Saudi Arabia. So you have, what I want you to know is that you have different calendar being used by different countries and different cultures. Not only the Gregorian calendar, not only the Roman Catholic Gregorian calendar. And also, we want to let you know that why the Roman Catholic calendar is more popular is because of colonization. Because during the Roman Empire, from the Papal Bull of 1445, and so on, when Europeans started to colonize others, they're colonizing and spreading Christianity at the same time with the same calendar, Christian calendar. So colonialism played a very big part on why this Roman Catholic calendar is popular. Colonialism plays a very big part, and conquest. So anywhere they conquer, they try to impose that calendar, that culture on them, And so colonialism and imposition of this Western culture, Western religion on people is what made this calendar to be used in many other places, just like they are still imposing it on our people, the same way they are still imposing it on every other culture that they have conquered, or colonized. And so the Gregorian calendar that runs from this Roman Catholic calendar called Gregorian calendar or Julian calendar that runs from January to December also contains both their celebrations, which they are celebrating today, like calling today New Year. And then Easter will come. Easter is part of it. And then Christmas is also part of it. They're all part of that calendar. Those following the Roman Catholic calendar, following the Roman Catholic calendar and Christianity. So that's why you see all those things happening every year in Africa and in Igbo land and in Biafra land. That's why you see, because it's part of their calendar. That's what we want you to know also. And then when the colonial masters wanted to leave Africa, they handed over to our people who are following their culture, who have continued to impose that same culture on our people. If not, what prevents us from using our own lunar calendar, which had been in place, is there. People are using it, except that it's not the first. It's not placed as the first, but it's there. And so these are people who are bent on continuous imposition of this Western culture on our people. Continue to do so. And that's why they are not teaching it in schools. It's supposed to be taught in school. It's supposed to be taught in school, made mandatory in school, that everybody will know how to know what it is and how to use it. It's not implemented at all. All the holidays that come with it, it's not implemented. Even the Iriji festival, which is general, especially like in Biafra land, it's not been implemented. And so many other things that goes with our culture. Because when you start implementing our own calendar, they implement most of the culture that goes with it. Just in the same way as you are implementing the Catholic Gregorian calendar, you're also implementing other things that goes with it, like the New Year and Easter and other things that they put in the Christmas and other things. And so ours is not being implemented by our people. That is the problem that we have, that our people have swallowed this foreign culture wholeheartedly. And that is why Nkolomo Hadumu is set up so that we can be able to be educating you irrespective of what you think or your level or what you are doing. to make sure you understand the truth that what we are suffering as African right now is because of our people imposing Western culture on us. It doesn't mean that those who are practicing Western culture have more development. It doesn't mean so, because China is not following Western culture 100%, but they're still doing well. India, the same thing. Most of the Arab nations, they're not following Western culture 100%, they're still doing well. Many other cultures around the world are doing well without Western culture. And the question now is, why is our people hell-bent on imposing this Western culture on our people continuously without even taking our own and trying to revamp it and make it the first? That is the question everybody should be asking. They continue to suppress it. They continue to call it bad name, which is wrong. Why should we continue to condemn our own? You condemn your own in order to impose a foreign one. What sense does it make? And even according to Dibia Nwangu Uchendo, who published Ogo Igwafo Igbo. Igwafo Igbo. For example, because Igbo is a typical culture in Africa, what has happened to the Igbo race, to the Biafran, also affects other African countries. The same thing indigenous Africans are suffering. And we use the Igbo race as an example for you to know that in Igbo land, we have 4 market days. The 4 market days, Eke, Oye, Awo, Nkwo. That's what we practice in Igbo land. And in every part of Igbo land, each community has a market named after the aforementioned 4 market days, e.g., Nkwo, Nkwo Achara in Uturu. In the traditional Igbo calendar, a week, which is Izu, has 4 market days, which is 4 market days makes 1 week, Izu. And that 4 market days is Eke, Oye, Afo. 7 weeks, that's 7 weeks, makes 1 month. A month in Igbo Lunar Calendar has 28 days. A month in Igbo Lunar Calendar has 28 days. And there are 13 months a year. So the Roman Catholic calendar runs for 12 months every year. However, the Igbo Lunar Calendar runs for 13 months every year. You see, it's right there. It's right there. It's just that the government is suppressing it. The government refuses to bring it up, to teach it to every African or every Igbo man, and to implement it. That is why we are suffering what we are suffering. You see an African man telling you, hey, Happy New Year. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year for what? It's not part of our calendar. This is foreign calendar being imposed on our people just to satisfy the foreign colonial masters. And the traditional timekeepers in Igbo land are the priests, or which one they call Dibia. You know, Dibia is a specialist. So even the colonizers makes you to hate Dibia. When they call Dibia, you see Dibia as a bad person. No, this is a professional that keeps records. The priest that keeps records, that monitors the culture, that makes sure the culture is implemented. But they tend to rubbish it, badmouth it, make it not look good to you, and you accept their narrative, which is wrong. It is very, very, very wrong. And hence, this lecture, to open your eyes to know that you are getting it wrong. You should say to the leaders to stop what they're doing of continuous imposition of foreign culture on our people instead of using ours, which is right there. It's right there. And in this lecture also, we shall explain to you the months in Igbo and East Roman Catholic, the one we are using now, equivalent, what it is. Onwambo is the first month. Onwambo. And Onwambo in Igbo land starts from February to March. It starts from middle of February to March. That is Onwambo. We have it already. What you are calling January doesn't exist in Igbo calendar. The first month, Onwambo of Igbo calendar, starts from February to March. Onwa Abua, March to April. Onwa Ifeke, Onwa Ifeke, April to May. Onwa Ano, May to June. Onwa Agu, June to July. Onwa Ifejioku, July to August. Onwa Alomchi, August to early September. Onwa Ilomuo, late September. Onwa Ana, October. Onwa Okike, early November. Onwa Ajana, late November. Onwa Ede Ajana, late November to December. Onwa Uzo Alose, January to early February. So in today's Igbo lunar calendar, where the Igbo calendar is Onwa Uzo Alose. We are at Onwa Uzo Alose, the 13th month of the Igbo lunar calendar, and not January, as stated, being implemented in our land today, that our people are saying, this is 1st January, Happy New Year. Happy New Year you are talking about is a foreign colonial calendar being imposed on us by the colonial masters and our brothers. So the month we have right now in Africa, in Igbo land, in Biafra, is called Onwa Uzo Alose. And this month will run from January to early February, when the new month will start, the new year will start. Because the new year starts from February to March. That is how the new year starts in Igbo lunar calendar. It is very, very important you know that. And now you can see that there's no January 1st in Igbo calendar. What we have right now is Onwa Uzo Alose from January to early February. There's no January there. There's no 1st of January there. Therefore, if any Igbo man if any African is saying to anybody, Happy New Year, you are either ignorant, you are just ignorant because you don't know, but you are not, I wouldn't, like to use a bad word, but it's not, you don't know. You're just doing things because others are doing it. But is that the right thing? Shall we be following the wrong culture, foreign culture, just to feel good, just to belong? Should it be so? It shouldn't be so. That's what we are trying to explain to you in this lecture. And then we should continue to say that, we are telling you what Dibia Nwangu Uchendo, who published Egwa for Igbo, what he said, what he wrote. That's what we are still following here, trying to explain to you what he wrote. He continued to say, the Igbo calendar is not universal and is described as not something written down or followed. Rather, it is observed in the mind of the people. It is based on observation. It's not written down. It is based on observation because it follows the moon. The Igbo lunar calendar follows the moon. You see, sometimes when the Muslims want to do their celebration, they say they are waiting for the moon because they're also following that lunar calendar. It follows the moon. They read the moon, follows natural moon occurrence. In addition, newborn babies are sometimes named after the day they were born on, though this is no longer commonly used. Names such as Mbeke, somebody born on Eke Day, is named Mbeke. Mborie, somebody born on Orie Day, is named Mborie. Nwankwo, somebody born on Nkwo Day, is named Nwankwo. Nweke, somebody born on Eke Day, is also named Nweke. And then Nwafo, somebody born on Afo Market Day, is named Nwafo. Now, we are leaving all these good names, and our people are bearing other foreign names just to belong to colonial culture, not understanding what it means for you to be identifying yourself now with something foreign to you without following your own, you know. And so what we are saying here is that any Igbo or Biafran or African today that they are saying is 1st of January, beginning of the year, January 9th, 2026, you should say happy day, because every day you are alive is supposed to be happy. Do not say happy new year. If you are saying happy new year, you are just ignorant and deepening yourself into foreign culture, which does not belong to us. It is foreign. It doesn't belong to us. It makes us lose our identity when we continue to follow this Western culture. We have our own. I just read them to you now. We have Eke, Oye, Alo, Nkwo. 4 of them, 4 market days makes 1 week. 7 weeks makes 1 month in Igbo Lunar Calendar, 28 days. 13 months makes a year. And I just mentioned all the months. You can go back, see all the months I have mentioned. It's there. It's right there. It's right there. Why can't we use it so that we can be equal with other cultures? It makes using this foreign calendar makes ourselves, makes ours and ourselves look inferior. We are making ourselves inferior to the world, because if you an African, you are standing with an European who has that calendar, he knows what that calendar means. Many Africans do not know that the Catholic Church and the Anglican Church fought for 110 years in Europe. This information is not available to many people. They don't know what Christianity means. They don't know how it began. The only thing that they know is that they were brought to them, and now they are connected to the system. They're connected to that system. They don't question. They don't research. And so it makes us look inferior. That European man will be looking down on you. You are copying, you are following his own culture. Why can't they follow our own? Why can't they be the one using Eke, Oye, Awo, Nkwo? Why can't they be the one? Why can't they be the one speaking even Igbo language? Now we speak their language. Why can't they even be the one speaking Igbo language? Why should be the one using their own? It makes our culture, it makes ourselves as people inferior to those who own that culture. And they know they own that culture, that culture belongs to them. And we also know that that culture is foreign to us. So why should we continue to use it? And then it makes us a dumping ground of all manners of information that is related to that calendar. They come up with so many things that we don't know about. Sometimes they tell you Lovers Day. Sometimes they tell you Women's Day. If you are a human being, you should love every human being every day. You should love your wife every day. You should buy your wife things every time that you have it. You don't have to wait for 1st of January or December to buy something for your people. No. Anytime you have something, you give your people. It makes us a dumping ground of information and acts that we shouldn't be following at all. And this foreign culture changes us. It turns us to what we are not. We will live our own, and I try to be changing to something else that is foreign, just to be something else. It makes us to be whom we are not supposed to be. We're supposed to be Africans and be happy with our culture and protect our culture and even try to export our culture to others than always being recipients of foreign culture on our people. It shouldn't be. Even if we don't have that thing in place, we should develop our own. But in the case of calendars, our ancestors already have this existing lunar calendar that is in place. It's there. Everybody is using it, but it's not generalized. It's not being implemented, because when you implement it with other things that goes with it. Just like the colonial Gregorian Catholic calendar that we are implementing both the January 1st celebration and the Easter and the Christmas and others. So when you celebrate the lunar calendar of our people, the 13th month lunar calendar, you also celebrate everything that goes with it. If there's festival, masquerade festival, you celebrate it. If there's Iriji, you celebrate it. If there's any other thing associated with the culture, you also celebrate it. Government will give you public holidays. That's what it means. So it is very important that our people realize that we should start using our own lunar calendar. It's right there. It's right there. So what we are saying is, in today's lecture, that every January 1st, as long as our people continues to impose this foreign culture on us, please know that every January 1st, say happy day to your people or your friends or your family or anybody want to say happy something, to say it. But every day of your life, you're supposed to be happy. Any day you wake up, you're supposed to be happy. Say happy day. Do not say Happy New Year, because we are being forced to follow foreign Roman Catholic calendar, not our own lunar calendar that is already in place. The problem is just to generalize it and implement it. That is the only problem. And so we also let you know that they have so many calendars: the Jewish, the Hijri, the Sikh, the Mayan, the Aztecian, the Egyptian, the Mesopotamian, Iranian, Hindu, Buddhist, pre-Columbian, Mesoamerican, Hellenic, Julian or Gregorian calendars. We have all those calendars, including the Ethiopian calendar. Ethiopia have their own calendar, you know? And so we let you know that, because the way you see the Roman Catholic calendar, you know, being the most popular is because of colonization. Is colonization good? Is conquering other people good? Is enslaving other people good? It's because of that each place they go, they impose that culture on the people there. That's why you see that it is very popular everywhere. They're doing it here, and it's just everywhere that they have conquered, they colonized, that they impose that culture on them. That is what has went on for years, for centuries. That is why you see it as popular. It's not that it is the best. Other cultures are practicing their own. The Chinese have their own. Indians have their own. Arabs, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Iran, all of them have their own calendars. They're following it. It's not the white man, it's not the Gregorian calendar. They're following it, you know? And so You don't continue to do things this way. You don't. That's why we are trying to present this lecture for you to understand that it is because of the imposition of this calendar on our people that our people are now, celebrating both New Year, Easter, Christmas, and all that things that goes with it. It is because of that. And because our people who the colonial masters handed over power refused to teach this, our calendar, in our schools. They refused to teach it. They refused to implement it. They continue to suppress it, giving it bad names, which is wrong. Why is it that we are the one trying to, kill our own thing? Why? And so, but according to Dibia Wangu Uchendo, who published Igwa Afo Igbo, the Igbo calendar, Igbos generally have 4 market days, namely Eke, Oye, Abo, Nkwo. And he said that in various parts of Igbo land, each community has a market named after the aforementioned market days. Example, Nkwo Achara in Uturu. In Oka, you have Eke Oka. That's how you have these markets across the whole Igbo land. It's the calendar. It's the calendar. Some have Oye, some have Nkwo market day. There, you see the market going on that day. Oye market day, have it going on that day. This is our way of life. It's there. And then the Igbo calendar runs a 4 days week. This market 4 days makes 1 week. 7 weeks makes 1 month, which is 28 days. The Igbo lunar calendar runs for 28 days. And in the year, it has 13 months, not 12 months. The Roman Catholic calendar has 13. The Igbo calendar the Roman Catholic calendar have 12. The Igbo calendar has 13 months. That's how it is wrong. And in the last month, on the extra days, on the last month, 1 extra day is added. And the traditional timekeepers in Igbo land are the priests and dibias. And Mr. Dibia Wangu Uchendo went on to tell us the name of months in Igbo lunar calendar and their equivalents in the Foreign Roman Catholic Calendar. We have Onwambo. The first month starts from middle of February to March. Onwambo. What you call January in Roman Catholic calendar is called Onwambo. The first month, Onwambo, from February to March. Onwa Abua. Now, the one you call February in Roman Catholic calendar is called Onwa Abua. It starts from March to April. Then you have Onwa Ife Eke, Onwa Ifeke, from April to May. You have Onwa Ano from May to June. You have Onwa Agu from June to July. You have Onwa Ife Jioku from July to August. You have Onwa Alomchi from August to early September. You have Onwa Ilomuo late September. You have Onwa Ana in October. You have Onwa Okike early November. You have Onwa Ajana late November. You have Onwa Ede Ajana late November to December. You have Onwa Uzo Alose January to February. So today we are in Onwa Uzo Alose. We are not in January. We are in Onwa Uzo Alose. There's no January there. There's no January 1st there. Right? What you have is the market day. The market day today is, like we are presented here, is Oye market day. Today's date in Igbo lunar calendar is Oye market day in the month of Onwa Uzo Alose. That's what we want you to know. So if you're an Igbo man, if you're an African, you have your own calendar in your land. Why should our leaders continue to impose this foreign colonial calendar on our people? Why? Why is our people doing something like that? Why can't you make our own the first? You should make it the first and not the second or irrelevant, as the case may be. Why? Then most of our people who are not following, who decide not to follow this foreign culture, you look down on them, you suppress them, you disgrace, you insult them. Does it make sense to you? Is it right that you will leave your own and those protecting it, trying to revamp it, trying to make it workable, you talk down on them, you demonize them? Is that correct? Is that the best way for you to be doing? Is that what is obtainable in other cultures? Why other cultures projects, promotes, and protects their own? Some black leaders, especially in Igbo land and Biafra land in Africa, you are still suppressing your own. It is not right. And so the man even continued to say that newborn babies are born. Yeah, many people are born. Now they don't even name people like that. If you are born on a K day, you can be called Mweke or Nweke. If you are born on Oye Day, you can be named as Mboye. If you are born on Nkwo Day, you can be named Nwankwo. If you are born on Afo Day, you can be named Nwafo. That is how it is done, generally everywhere. Why are we abandoning our own? And we are saying that what we are doing right now is not right, because if you continue to impose this foreign colonial calendar on our people, it is not our own. It is foreign. It's not ours. Is it anything wrong by other people copying ours? Is it wrong when you go to Europe or America, they are now using a Oye Awonko? What will be wrong with that? Why can't we protect what we have and use it and be proud of it? It makes us lose our identity. When you are practicing a foreign thing, you lose your own, you lose your identity. When you start side by side by other people from other cultures, they look down on you because you are not practicing your own. You are practicing something foreign that doesn't belong to you. They look down on you. Instead of you to say, somebody asking you, what is today's month? Instead of you to say, Onwa Uzo Alose, which is your own, you say it's January. Once you say January, you know that you're following foreign colonial calendar. That puts you down. So it makes ours and ourselves look inferior. We don't want to look inferior from Koloma Hadam Wisdom University. We're not inferior to anybody. You shouldn't be inferior to anybody. That's what we want you to know. You should be proud of your own. Because every human being are created equal, born the same way, die the same way. So why should somebody come and tell you he's superior to you? Just because he came with superior weapons and colonized our forefathers and took our land by force, according to kill us, to exploit us up to today, that you should say because of that you will chicken out. You don't chicken out. That's what we want you to know in this lecture. Very, very, very important. Nobody should feel superior to you. Don't let anybody feel superior to you. We are all human beings, born the same way, eat the same way, wear clothes the same way, remove it the same way, sick, go to hospital the same way, get sick the same thing, die the same way, buried the same way, or cremated. So why should somebody be feeling superior to you? Use your own and be proud of it. And then it makes us dumping ground. They dump anything about that calendar to us, and we must accept it. If they coin anything from Europe, they're going to push it down for you to accept it. And you must accept it because that is the calendar that you are following. That's what we are saying, that it is wrong. That people should wake up and do the right thing and follow our own lunar calendar. It's right there. And then this foreign culture tries to make us what we are not. They change us around, change us from what we are supposed to be doing their own thing, doing the way things the way they want, instead of the way we want. That's not right. We have to be whom we are, practice our culture the way we are, because everybody is part of their culture. Look at so many things. You see that every culture does things different ways. You don't have to abandon your culture and then be following other cultures. That's not right. And so this is all we have to present for you today. If you like this lecture, please share it, like it, comment, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and TikTok. And let your family, your friends, subscribe to our university, because every time we package and present lectures for your own benefit, to help you to understand the world, so that all of us, we Africans, we Biafrans, the Igbo race, will be better. And with this, we shall bring it to this lecture. And thank you very much for joining me today. And have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.